I'm headed to Wegmans to get chicken for the dogs, and I'm sick. I'm going. If something looks like I feel like eating it, I'll eat it. I haven't been this sick in years, and that's why I'm doing this video, because I'm sure everybody's really interested in this. And I'm not working. I can't work. I woke up today. I wouldn't be driving right now, except, they gotta eat. What am I gonna do? Like, not feed them? Like, that'd be horrible. That'd be horrible for me, not for them. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. A wolf can go up to 2 weeks without making a kill. So your domestic dog, like, if they had water today and no food, they'd be fine by till tomorrow. But if I don't get them food, then Tonka will bitch at me, and Tonka's feeling much better. He's back to his old shit. So I love it. I love Tonka. He's just a lot of dog to deal with at times. So I figured it was better to get up and go get food. Oh God, did I forget my wallet? No, I got it. So that's it. I do have a flu shot. I do think it's the flu. I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure I know where I got it, which is right where I'm headed right now, which is Wegmans. And I saw the cashier and I'm like, she's sick. What is she doing here? Like, why is she working around all these people and being sick? And then 4 days later or something, I'm like, I don't go anywhere. So I felt a little crappy the other day and the day before, and now it's just full on. I'm just like, I feel horrible. Like my nose, I don't want it to go in my lungs. I'll force myself to work if I have to. But this morning I was like, maybe you better rest. And I shouldn't be out here. Probably shouldn't even be doing a video, but I'm up and I feel obligated to do something. Like today, I'm gonna set the goal for Marty's in a good spot. Marty's cool, and his mom said that I talked to her to let me keep Marty longer, which is great. They have to come all the way. They're driving. There's snow. When Marty was coming, I was, we'd already said, like, yeah, he's definitely doing a 90 days because he's coming so far, and Marty has some issues. So this is nothing but positive for Marty, and I love Marty. Marty's great. I like hanging around with him. I'll miss him when he goes. So it gives me extra time with Marty. Bowser's in a pretty good position. If I got to tack on another week, I got to tack on another week. Whatever, it really doesn't matter. What matters is that I don't get sicker, because that's what my thought was this morning was, take a day or two off if you can, because if you don't, you might end up getting pneumonia and have to take 2 weeks off. So that was my thought in the whole thing. I was like, but I mean, here I am. I'm out. I'm moving around. I'm starting to sweat again. What are you gonna do? I don't fault the person at Wegmans. I know that they were sick. I know that they were sick. It was so obvious. And when I was there, I was like, oh God, I'm gonna get this. I can tell. It's difficult not having to work. You have to work, or you're not going to get money. I came to the conclusion recently that teeth are for rich people. That's how I see it. Like I can't afford dental work anymore. Like this is out of hand. I just can't. The notion of me thinking that I could, like, it's absurd. It's not in my cards to like get a dental implant. That's not going to happen. And that's how everybody is in this. We're all stuck in the same boat. It's not. I'm not crying, woe is me. I'm not, because I know there's so many other people that have it worse than me. that's really how I see it. I'm sorry that the visual is so distracting like this. I'm just like, I felt obligated to put something out. But there's so many people that are in my shoes or worse that it's the person that's rich can never understand what it's like. They just can't. They could have empathy, but unless they've been in the position of being every day, it's the same stress. It's the same stress. It's always going to be there. And you have to worry about your health too. You got to worry about your health, and if you do get real sick, where are you going to come up with the money? I'm not the only person. I'm like one of millions. One of millions. Not the only person that got the flu either, but I do get the shot. I went to Walmart. I get it every September. I get the flu shot because I know that I have to work. And if I get sick, I remember 3 years ago. No, it was longer than 3 years ago. It was much longer than 3 years ago because I've been getting the flu shot for, last 5 years. But I got sick probably about 6 or 7 years ago and had the flu in it. I seriously thought that I was going to die. Right now, I don't feel like that, like I'm going to die. It could get worse though because I was sort of sick the last 2 days. 36 hours, and then this morning I woke up and I'm like, oh fuck, So it could get worse, but I think because I got the shot that it's not going to. I think that sort of this might be it a little bit worse. I didn't throw up. It's mostly my nose, my eyes, feels like pins and needles. I wish I had sunglasses, but I don't wear sunglasses. I hate something over my eye. It bothers me. I wish I had a pair right now. My head, just general body ache, sweating, chills. I have everything but like the stomach stuff. Like that's good. It's good. Don't give me that. I just got over a bout of diverticulitis. Don't give me any stomach problems. Don't need that. So, what are you going to do? You're going to go out and get food for the dogs and complain. Because I do have at least I can complain. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's somebody that's working at Walmart or doing what I gotta be working at Walmart, but I mean somebody that doesn't. At least I have people I can complain to, so I have a voice, and hopefully something in this country will change because the rich are getting richer, and nothing's happening. Nothing's happening for us. You know what I know. It's not good. It's not good. That big tax break that Trump did for the wealthy companies, yeah, that really helped people like me. Give me a break. Give me a break. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'll take you in Wegmans with me because I'm sick, but I'm about entertainment. Clearly, the show must go on. Maybe we'll see a hottie in here. I'm pretty sick though. Not really in the mood, but I do have my eye out. I am looking. Let me put this down. Hang on. One thing I am doing is I brought gloves with me, and I'm going to wear them while I use the cart because I don't want to spread this. I wouldn't have even come out and around people, but I have to. So I'm sick, and this is a horrible day, but a good day. I just came in, and there was a sign up. I don't know if you know what shingles is, but it has to do with like having chicken pox as a kid. It affects my arthritis real bad, so I can't walk. They lowered it to 50, so they changed it. You used to have to be 65. Now you can just walk in. I can get on the shingles vaccine because I'm over 50 now. You guys are thinking, what the fuck is he talking about? He is sick. You have no idea. Ask somebody that's had shingles how painful it is. Mine is down by my spine, like on my waist. It goes right to the spine. It's really horrible. There is a super hottie in here. Kind of young. A little on the young side, as Trump would say. I mean, clearly she's over 25, but my female friends would give me so much shit. They would. I'd never hear the end of it. She's super hot. I bet her name's Svetlana. She looks Russian or something. Speaking of Svetlana, that's Les Parnas's wife's name, and he's no prize. He reminds me a little bit of Ernest Borgnine, something like that. But man, his wife is that sort of hot Russian woman thing. Excited to hear about my health issues. I'm on Lipitor too. 20 milligrams. Friend was telling me not to take it. I don't agree with her. I don't care if she's a nurse. I don't care. Mine is genetic. It's ridiculously high. I was even vegan for a month, and I went to get it checked. It's like, man, I'm sorry, it didn't budge. It budged like 5 points or something. Vegan for a month. It was torture. It was fucking torture. I might not be that sick, because I am noticing like super hot women in here. I'm pretty sick though. I'm trying to make myself convinced that I'm not that sick. I'm sweating and my nose hurts and my eyes at times feels like there's needles in them. It sucks. Ethnic food is only ethnic to white people. It's the truth. I just heard somebody saying, oh, it's over by the ethnic food. Oh, okay. All right, white person, I get it. It's not like he's poor. I don't know what stop crying. Stop crying. Stop talking about this. He's rich, okay? He's not gonna have any problems or no challenges for Harry. Okay, this is pretty much hell. It is. I was sweating in there, and now I got outside and putting the stuff in the car. It's freezing. Horrible. I won't talk about politics on the way home, but it's not good. Sorry. Yeah. You're a supporter. Unsubscribe then. That sounds about right. You shouldn't worry about that. You should worry. Well, I'm more than a dog trainer. Unsubscribe, I guess. What am I gonna do? Not talk about it? It's historic. It's historic. We've never had a Oh, here's a good one. Today, as of today, Trump has lied since he's been president 16,124 times. Or 224 times. Something like that. 16,000 times. Checkable, like, lies. That's outrageous, isn't it? Barack Obama in 8 years had 180. 180. Trump, 16,000. I think it's 224. It's outrageous. It's outrageous. You know what pisses me off about that? Hey, I forgot. I might as well talk about this whole impeachment thing. I got a few more minutes in the car. I find it absurd. That they're even bringing up Hunter Biden's name. That's because Trump wants to. Hunter Biden had nothing to do with his phone call. So why would he? It's not relevant. It isn't. Why would you bring him in there? To just put on your Jim Jordan show and all that crap? It's about Trump and his phone call. Neither one of the Bidens have anything to do with it. Like nothing. You could say like Hunter Biden getting the job at Burisma or whatever it's called lacked ethics. You could say that. You know, he's using nepotism to get a job, but there was no proof that he did anything wrong or anything illegal. So why do you want to bring him to say like, oh look, Biden's son did something unethical, so it's cool for me to do something unethical? You all want this? Do you all want this? I was a Republican. I'm not anymore. No way. I voted for Reagan. I voted for Bush. I don't know. I mean, I like John McCain. I did. I liked him. And then I hear like Trump's people, like before he was passing, all this like nonsense with that man. That was an American hero, and I got to hear stuff on the internet or from people that I run into, calling him like he was a war hero. He served his country his entire life. My God. Talking about him giving up something when he was being tortured. Yeah, they tell you about that in boot camp. At a point, everybody's going to break. He didn't really. He stayed. So how you could ever badmouth that guy? They gave him the opportunity to go home, and he said, no, I'll stay here because everybody else is staying. If they're not going, I'm not going. This whole Trump thing is like disturbing. Last 3 days I've been working on Place Between the Legs with Bowser, and I've had some resistance at times. I've had to use some pressure, and many times I've had to put the leash back on him. That's something that, as a dog owner, you should always be doing. You should always have a leash handy. Even if you're working your dog off leash, you take a leash with you. Sometimes a lot of the problems that happen with dogs have to do with not enough leash work. And that's what I was seeing yesterday or the day before. I'm sorry, I have the flu, so it's hard. Everything's sort of like the last 3 days just sort of melted in together. But if you don't use enough leash work, the dog becomes like unstable when the leash isn't being used if there hasn't been enough leash work. So with leash work, your dog becomes more stable. I had somebody contact me years ago that wanted me to train their dog to be off leash, and they were under the assumption that you don't use a leash to train your dog to be off leash. It was just nonsense. It was nonsense. She told me what she wanted me to do. She wanted me to meet her in a park every Sunday. I'm not kidding, and wanted me to teach her, to train her dog to be off leash. It wouldn't be my recommendation of how to do it. So I dropped the client because they were sort of telling me how they thought that it's supposed to be. Clearly she was having issues with her dog, but she wanted it to go her way using her method, and that doesn't work. So today, both Bowser and Marty, we are working the dogs on leash, and we're working one thing, and that's Place Between the Legs. Marty, actually, I probably won't use a leash with because he's much more consistent because he's been doing it longer. He was doing it here, Place Between the Legs, weeks before Bowser even showed up. So it's more ingrained in Marty. And the times when I see Bowser screwing up, he's off leash and he's in a new place, and I'm trying to do Place Between the Legs. So that's an indication. If you're having something similar to that, you put the leash back on the dog and just work the dog more. And if you're in a position like that, you have the dog in some place new, and you think that they know the command, Place Between the Legs, or whatever command it is, and they're non-compliant, put the leash on the dog right there. You should have the leash with you. So I'm gonna make sure that he does it right. We haven't been doing it out here lately, so I have the leash on him. If there's any trouble from him, I'll use the leash and direct him between my legs. And a matter of fact, if you want to ensure that it's going to be easier to direct the dog in between your legs, you could do something like this. I'm sick. So take the leash and you sort of have it ready to go, right? Bowser, place, and then take up slack, right? And then if the dog gives you any see, I would maintain control. That was very good. The other thing about Place Between the Legs that's very important is the dog is never supposed to go out in front of you. He tried that last night. We were at the back door. He was at place. Get over here. Sit. And I said heel, and he went out forward. He's going backwards. Heel. That's right. That's a good boy. Good. Sit. Do you see why you don't want the dog to go forward? And if they just start going forward, then they start going forward. You have to drill the dog. You have to have the leash on the dog at times. And if you don't work this, say he goes back and the owner does this, practices with the dog once, twice, you know, like the first week, and then doesn't practice it again for 6 months. Do you think that it will go well? I don't. That's why my recommendation would be, if that happens, that shouldn't happen, but if it did, that you put the leash on the dog and get the dog functioning as quickly as possible. Bowser, get up there. Up. It's nice out today, even though I feel like shit. Sit. Bowser, place! Sit. No, what are you doing, dude? Sit. See what I'm saying? If the dog in that case, he's like, oh, we're gonna do heel again. I'm gonna go back out and do heel. No. Did you hear that I gave him negativity? No. What are you doing, man? Like that? Heel. Sit. This is a fast-moving little dog, so it wants to move quick. It wants to work quick, sort of like Marty in a way. Okay, get up there. So it's sort of easier for him to work at a high. I'm listening to this raven over here. To work at a faster speed. That doesn't mean that he shouldn't work at a slower speed too, but he definitely shouldn't be working at a super slow speed doing anything like, oh, I'm going to control the situation and I'm going to control it by doing it real slow. In the next session, I'll put an e-collar on and I'll show you how we can speed the dog up doing anything. And that's important. You want the dog to get through the command as quick as possible, not this like, should I? Should I? That's an indication that the dog is in sort of like a confused state, like it doesn't know if it should be submissive or the opposite. And you want the dog to be submissive. They're better as a Marine. Bowser, heel. I said heel, it came out, but we're doing place. That's good. Okay, get up there. Up. Okay, sit. Bowser, place. Sit. Good boy. That's good. Good boy. No. 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 Sit. I didn't tell him to move. I didn't tell him to move. Okay, Bowser, get up there. Heel. Sit. Hang on. I'm sick. This is difficult working like this. Get up there. Up. Sit. Bowser, place. No, place. Sit. Now, I'm not going to give him positive reinforcement because the last time that I did, it caused too much excitement and I start backing up, going into heel. The command itself is positive reinforcement. A dog running is positive reinforcement. The dog moving is positive reinforcement. The dog going through a door, no, sit. The dog going through a door is positive reinforcement. Bowser, heel. Sit. Good, get up there. No, heel. See how slow he's working? Next session, we'll have the e-collar on him. Bowser, heel or heel. See? I'm supposed to be saying place. Okay, that's good. Okay, get up there. Up. But it's not a bad thing if you switch it up like you do heel place, because that's eventually where I want him. I want him to be able to do it real fast, sort of like Marty can do it. All right, get up there. Sit. Now I have the leash on Marty because I don't feel good. The dogs are going to sense that. So I want to build on success. I'm not going to be able to do that by using the e-collar right now. We might be able to use the e-collar, but I want to try and get something done. If the leash is on him, I know that I'm going to be building on success. So I know I probably said that I was going to do it off leash. I'm not. I'm going to keep the leash on him. Marty, place. No, place. Sit. No, sit. Heel. Sit. Good boy. That's good. Okay, get up there. Sit. Okay, place. No, place. Sit. Heel. Very nice. Sit. Okay, get up there. Spin around. Good. You're doing good. Okay, place. Sit. Heel. I'm going to change it a little bit. Marty, place. No, place. Heel. That's very good. Sit. Place. No, place. Heel. Sit. Okay, get up there. Sit. Nice. Good job, dude. Place. Marty, heel. Sit. Marty, get up there. Good boy. I'd like him to spin around a little bit more, but we're getting something done, right, Marty? Marty, place. Sit. Marty, heel. Sit. Place. Sit. Heel. No, heel. Okay, get up there. It's good. Marty, place. Sit. Okay, heel. Good boy, Marty. It's already about 5 o'clock, and this is the second session of the day, this is unheard of for me. And it's because I'm sick, so I think that it's really a good opportunity to talk about something, and that's consistency. And because this is a client, and Marty's a client, I'm forcing myself to work with them today. My own dogs, I'm too sick to do anything. I was feeling a little bit better earlier, but I'm too sick to do anything, but I have to do something with them, and I want to make a point. I don't think that if you're the dog owner and you're sick, stay in bed, feel better. But for the most part, you want to be consistent on a daily basis with your dog. You want to work them a little bit every day, drilling them, doing something with them. Just to have a dog wandering around the house creates a mess. It does. It totally creates a mess. You do a little bit, and that way you're conditioning as you go. You do like this maintenance training as you go, just to like have the dog living in the house, but you can't find 3 or 4 minutes to do something with them. That's a mistake. I'm not saying that if you're sick and you got to take a day off with the dog, I get it. I totally get it. But if you're going to have a dog, remember, dog training is the lifetime of your dog. You do it for the entire life of the dog. Now, we're going to do the same thing that we were doing earlier, but I'm going to use an e-collar. And I want him to speed up, and I'm going to be using it on a setting that's it got knocked up pretty high. I want to lower it. I'm going to do it at like 10. 10 is lower than a human can feel it, but he can sense it as an annoyance. And I use the vibration. So I want you to think about how slow he was doing it before, and then let's see if we can get him to do it faster this time. The first one, I won't use the collar, okay? Bowser, place. Sit. Heel. Sit. Okay, get back up there. Now this time, I'm going to use the e-collar, and I'm going to, when I say the word no, know that I'm using the e-collar right at that point. So I'm gonna give him the command, and then I'm gonna say no and repeat the command. Bowser, place. No, place. Sit. Did you see that? Bowser, heel. Do you see? It's just he's a little bit quicker. He said that's what you want. You don't want the dog to kind of mull it over. I'm using human terms, but the dogs really, they don't ponder thought. They're very physical. They're more physical than you. You want them to do it. You know, not this like they're sort of hardwired to be in charge, but they don't function good in the human society when they're functioning like that. You want them to hear the command and to function. The e-collar can be very useful, especially with like a dog that might have status issues because it's really around like a lot of weak humans, kids, women that talk baby talk, stuff like that. You keep putting the collar on the dog because the dog becomes, collar wise. They know that it's on, and they're more compliant when it's on. So you put it on daily because after a period of time, you conditioning the dog, it becomes its general behavior. Bowser, get back up there, buddy. That was good, man. No, spin around. Sit. Bowser, place. Sit. Heel. It's functioning a lot better. Sit. And I didn't use it that time. Once the dog's conditioned, you might say you're headed out the door. You want to make sure that and remind the dog that the collar's on early in training. And you're going to have the dog sit right at the door, but this time the dog isn't going to be sitting quick enough for you. So you'll say sit, no, sit. And when you say no, you use the collar right before you go outside. You're telling the dog, hey, listen, we're going outside, I'm in charge, do what I say, and move as quick as you can. You never want the dog sort of being standoffish. If any time they're doing that, no, it's no. Hurry up, let's complete the command. There you go, let's drill you for a minute. Here, Bowser, sit. Bowser, here, heel. Here, heel. No, heel. Sit. Okay, get up there. Sit. Okay, Bowser, place. No, place. Sit. Beautiful, that's nice. Okay, heel. No, heel. Sit. Bowser, get up there, buddy. Spin around. Spin around all the way. Okay. Come here, Bowser. Buddy. Come here, Butzo. Yeah, there you go. Hey, no, here, heel. Heel. Weave. Here. Weave. Here. Weave. Here. Oh, you're like a snake, dude. Get over here. That's pretty good. Bowser, weave. Here. Weave. Here. Weave. Here. No. Here. Now, he's really sped up with this. Hey, get over here, brother. He's really sped up with his weave pull. And the reason why he's sped up, one of the reasons, sit. No. Sit. Is that I move the weave poles around. Sometimes I'll take them in the backyard. Sometimes I'll put them in a park. When we start proofing the dog, the more places you take the dog and the more you proof the dog, put the dog in those excited situations where that you make them function anyway, then they just start getting better at it and better at it. You have to move them around. Quiet, don't do that. No, heel. Heel. Come on, heel. Wait, here. Wait, here. Wait, here. Good boy. Good boy. Weave. Here. Weave. Here. Weave. Here. No, get up there. Get up there. It's a good boy. Bowser, place! Place! Sit! That's beautiful. Heel. Sit. Now, one thing that you can do when the dog's at place, if they start going forward, is that you can move your legs in and stop them.